Hello everyone, welcome to Wing Paper Crafting. My name is Angel Fitch. If you're new around here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad you've stopped by my YouTube channel. Today we're going to do another Fun Fold Friday, and we're going to make this card right here. So this is a sympathy card that has this really cute belly band. I'm going to show you. We're going to take the belly band off, and you open it up, and there's our sentiment on the inside. Isn't that very pretty? I used this Painterly Pears suite only because, you know, I have some of it and left, and I was trying to use up what I had left, and I still have some, so we might see it again. But for now, we've got that. So let's go ahead and get started on the one we're going to make today. So we set this one to the side. So today we're going to do that card using some Secret Sea and some of the Peaceful Garden Suite. So I'll show you what we've got here. So I've got card base that is 5.5 by 11, and I've scored it at 1 3/4, 5.5, and 8 3/4. And so we're going to take this and we are going to do some scoring here. So let me find my bone folder. Here we go. So, okay, so it goes this way. And this fold right here. All right, let's start from this end. So this is going to be a mountain fold. And then we're going to fold it in half at our normal place where we would fold it at the 5.5 score line. Okay, and then open it back up. This one is going to come back this way. So this one's going to be a mountain fold as well. So we've got a bunch of mountain, valley, mountain. So this is a mountain fold, this is a valley fold, and this is another mountain fold. And this is how it's going to sit, just like this. So we're going to give this a good burnish on all of our little folds here, so we can try to get it to lay as flat as possible, which it will begin to lay flatter as we work with it and as we put our belly band on. Now, I've got a piece of Designer Series paper here. This is going to be our belly band, so we're going to set that to the side for now. And I am going to we have a piece, this is going to go on the inside, so this is a piece of white, which is 3.5 by 5.25. So when we open this up, our sentiment piece is going to go here, and then this is going to go on the outside. Our bigger piece of pattern paper is going to go here, and we've got a piece for here, and a piece for our outside, and then our inside flap here. Okay, make sure we got our doves all going right side up. So I think we do. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to put our pattern paper down, and then we'll do our stamping. So let's start on this end. So I'm going to take this piece right here and put it down with some tape runner. So I'm going to move this out of the way because we still have to stamp on that, but we're going to go ahead and put this one down. So I'm just going to center this top to bottom, left to right. Okay, so we've got that one. And then actually before I put in the rest of these down, I'm going to do our stamping, because I want to make sure that as we put these down, we get this even on both of our edges all the way across. So let's just wait and do that in a second and go ahead and take care of our stamping. So we're going to stamp in Secret Sea. And let me find my Secret Sea. Here it is. Okay, so there's that. And what we're going to do on the outside, I pulled out one of this label. This came from a set, a Christmas set from last year called Christmas Labels. And I just wanted a label that had some size to it. So I like this one. We're going to do this one. You could use any label that you had that was, you know, pretty decent sized. You know, we used this one on our other cards, so it has some size to it, and so does this one. So you just want something that's going to be a nice focal point for the outside of your card. And on the inside, so on this label, I'm going to use the Peace on Earth stamp set, which is what came with this Peaceful Garden set in the sweet paper, and then this stamp and die set. And I'm going to use this Peace on Earth for the outside, and for the inside we're going to do Sending Peace, Love, and Joy. So we're going to use 2 of them on the inside. So let's go ahead and ink up this Peace on Earth, and let's just see if we can get that down here on our little label piece here. So just like that. I'm going to give that just a second. And there we go. There's our Peace on Earth. Okay, we're going to put that to the side. And then on here, we're going to, I need my blocks. I'm going to peel this stamp off. And I've got the Sending, which is a little stamp, blocked up here. But our Peace, Love, and Joy, I need the bigger block for. So I'm going to line this up on my glass mat here and block that up. Okay, so we're going to do our Sending first. So I'll ink it up, line our paper up on our mat here so we have some shot of getting it even. So I'm going to do Sending, and then I'll ink this one. Make sure I've got all of it all the way to the end. And we're going to do so this is kind of a wide sentiment, which just fits on here, but I guess that's okay. We can leave it like that. That looks pretty good. All right, at least it's straight. So we're going to go ahead and put it down next so that we can line it up with, all right, I'm going to put the ink away so we don't end up with ink everywhere. So I'm going to turn this like this so I can better align this where it's the same across, going across the top and the bottom. So I'm going to move that just a little bit like that. Looks pretty good. So we'll give that a good burnish. Now we'll get our next big piece here. And we'll get some adhesive on this piece. And again, I'm going to turn this so that I can see to better align it top and bottom. Okay, it looks pretty good. Now, next piece would be, let's see, I believe it's this piece here. So we want to get our doves. Okay, we had them upside down, so let's go this way. I don't want our poor birdies flying upside down. So we're going to put this one on here. Again, I'm trying to line up the top and the bottom. I'm going to move this over just a little bit. It needs to be centered from left to right, and then even top to bottom. So we're going to do that, just like that. And then our last piece is going to go here. So again, I'm going to make sure our doves are right side up. Now I'm going to take, let's see, I guess we'll fold it this way. And this way I can again line it up with that piece that's down there, the big piece. So we can make sure we are as even as we can be. All right, that looks pretty good. Okay, so there's that. Now, we need to work on our belly band. So the belly band is, the cardstock piece is 1 1/4 by 10. And then our patterned paper, which I'm going to use this side for the belly band, is 1 by 10. So we're going to go ahead and put adhesive on this, and we'll get it put down onto the cardstock. So we'll get this. It's going to go all the way from the left edge to the right edge. So basically all we're doing is centering it from top to bottom this time. So basically like something like that. Looks pretty good. I actually want to move it just a little bit. There we go. Just like that. Okay, so we're going to give that a burnish. Now, when we go to put this on, basically what we're going to do is we want it to come together in the middle. So I'm going to lay the card down, basically center it on the belly band as best that I can, and then we'll just fold this up. So there's not any real reason that you need to burnish this, because you don't want it too tight, because you want to be able to slide it on and off. So we don't need to get it glued together to the point where we can't get it on and off of our card. So we want it a little loose. So I think we're going to do kind of like that. Now, I'm going to just take, I'm going to use liquid glue on this because we want this to actually stay together. This belly band's going to, you know, take a lot of abuse going up and down. So we're going to just put glue right here. And then I'll just put this together. So basically we need to make sure that the top and the bottom are even, so that it, alright, I need it to stick. I'm going to hold it for just a second. Okay. Now, we're going to use our sentiment piece now to cover up that join in our belly band. So we're going to take this and we're just going to put it right here, and then you can't see that this join piece where we joined our belly band together. So let's see, we're going to put it right about there. Looks pretty good. So basically I need to make sure that I don't put any glue past the edges of this. So we're just going to eyeball this right along in here. That looks pretty good. So then we'll take this and we'll center that just right there on the belly band. Now I need to make sure it's straight, which is kind of a little difficult to do when the sentiment piece, along with the sentiment, is kind of on a slope. So let's see if that looks pretty good. So we'll just give that a second to adhere. Now, the last thing we need is some bling. And I forgot to pull it out before we started, but here, it's right here what I want to use. So these are the hues of blue flowers that came with this suite. So we're going to use these. Let's see. Do we want to use the Dark Secret Sea? I think we want to use the Misty Moonlight ones, which are this like second color here. So we're going to just put a couple of these. Oops. Oh, there it is. On here. And then we're going to take another little one and put it over here. And there is our card. Now, is that not really cute? And so this just slides off here, and then you've got your inside. I just love this paper. You would think that it's kind of like when it first came out, I thought it was supposed to be like a Christmas set, but honestly, the sentiments that are in it are all over the place, because you've got your peace on earth, you've got your big hugs for a good friend, but then you've got this, you know, that you can use for a sympathy card as well. So it's kind of an all occasion stamp set. And the paper can be used for Christmas, or it could be used for anything else that you wanted it to be. Could be a birthday or, you know, a thinking of you card or anything in between. So let me pull back in our card here, our example card, and we'll get the belly band back on here. And just like, all right, you got to get it started right though before it goes on. There we go, just like that. Okay, so there's our 2 fun fold cards for this Friday. So let me know, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell, because you don't want to miss what's coming up next. So next week we're going to start a new series to go along with our Fun Fold Fridays. We're going to do a Template Tuesday. So on Tuesdays I'm going to walk you through a template. We're going to make one together. I'm going to show you how you can make your own templates, card templates, and then we're going to use that same template that we make on Tuesday to make cards on Friday. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and you want to make sure you don't miss it. So let me know in the comments which of these is your favorite, the sympathy card or the Peace on Earth card. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a crafty evening. Bye.